우리 집 살고 있는 집 조금 옆이에요.
I'll keep my word short because we don't have a lot of time, but it was when I was an assistant pastor, one of our neighbors, a little bit off from our house.
전화가 왔는데 어떻게 전화번호를 알았는지 왔는데 자기가 예수 믿고 싶은데 예배드리 달라는 거예요.
This neighbor happened to call us. I don't know how they got our phone number, but they were saying, I want to believe in Jesus, so can you lead us in worship?
그래서 이제 목사님께 보고를 했죠.
And so I reported this to my senior pastor.
아, 그때 마침 시간이 목사님도 당장 가자는 겁니다. 목사님 모시고 간 거예요.
And thankfully my pastor also had some time. And so I took my pastor and together we went.
예배를 드리는데 찬송 부르고 이렇게 예배하는데 이상한 소리가 나는 거예요.
We were giving our worship together and we were singing the hymns and giving the worship and we heard a strange
뭐지?
sound. We thought, what is it?
쿵쿵 하는 소리가 나요.
It's a big thumping, thudding sound.
가만 보니까 옆방에서 우리 예배 드리는 중에 벽을 내리치는 거예요. 벽을.
So we were giving our worship here in this room, but in the next room, somebody was just hitting the wall.
그 예배 대충 이제 마치고 누구 왜 이럽니까 물어봤어요.
So after the worship ended, we asked, what is that and who is it?
그랬더니 그 아주머니가 얘기하는 겁니다.
And this lady informed us,
우리 아들입니다라고.
it's my son.
내가 아무리 생각해도 우리 아들이 귀신이 들린 것 같다.
And she said, no matter how much I think about it, I think he's demon possessed.
그래서 왜 저럽니까? 물어.
And I asked her, what's wrong with him?
자기가 교회 가기로 마음먹은 이유가 있다는 거예요.
She said, there's a reason why I determined to go to
이상한
church.
짓을 하는데 교회당 종소리에만 하면 발악을 한다는 거예요.
He keeps doing these strange things, but he keeps going berserk every single time he hears a church tower bells ringing.
그래서 오늘 예배 드리는 것처럼 발악을 한다는 거예요.
And she was saying, see, we're giving worship here today, and he keeps thumping on the walls.
야, 그래서 이제 데리고 왔는데 끌고 와서 잘 안 왔는데 난 너무 충격받은 거죠.
And so I said, why don't you bring him out? And he didn't want to come out, so she was nearly dragging him out. And I was surprised when I saw him.
나는 난생 처음으로 귀신 들린 자를 본 적이 없어요.
Before then, I had never seen in my entire lifetime somebody who was demon possessed.
나는 얘를 보는데 아, 이게 귀신 들린 거구나. 이게 딱 느끼죠.
But the moment I laid eyes on him, I thought to myself, this is what it means to be demon possessed.
내가 나도 홀린 것 같더니 뭐지? 입을 벌리는데요. 드라큘라처럼 이빨도 있고요. 내가 잘못 봤나? 이럴 정도로.
And so I was so entranced by his appearance, I thought maybe I'm seeing things, I'm hallucinating because I thought I saw fangs in his mouth like
그 예배를
Dracula.
마치고 가는데 어떡합니까? 나오는데 목사님이 저한테 지시를 하는 거예요. 이게 어린아이니까 전도사님이 와서 매일같이 좀 예배 드리주라는 거예요.
And so we were leaving after the worship, but the pastor instructed me saying, well, since he's just a young child, assistant pastor, just come in every day and lead him in worship.
야, 그럼 얼마나 걱정이 되는지 어떻게 해야 되나? 걔 얼굴 보는데도 힘이 들더라니까요.
I was so consumed with worry. Just looking at his face was very hard for me.
난생 처음으로 내가 성경에 귀신 얘기 있다는 걸 처음 알았어요.
And that was the first time in my life I discovered that there are accounts of demon possession in the Bible.
찾은 겁니다. 찾으니까 많아요.
And I looked for it, and there's so much content regarding that.
이걸 뽑아 들고 그 집에 간 겁니다.
I took all of that and I took it to that home.
저는 놀라운 체험을 했어요.
And I had an astounding experience.
그걸 읽어주고 설명해주고 얘가 듣고 예수 그리스도 영접하는 기도했는데 단번에 나와버린 거예요.
I just read through it, explained it, he listened, and then he accepted Jesus, and immediately he was healed.
아니 어떻게 이런 충격 먹었어요
And I was shocked.
이런 일이 좀 몇 번 갔네 그 안에 와 단번에 나와버린 거야 이게.
It wasn't even as if I had frequented his house a number of times. It was immediately this happened, and I was shocked.
그리고 얘가 교회 왔는데요. 얼굴도 싹 바뀌어버려요.
And then he came to church, and even his appearance had changed.
그때 성경에 이런 것도 있었구나.
And that's when I realized, so there's things like this even in the Bible.
나중에 알고 보니 이게 제일 중요한 건데 우리가 제일 먼저 해야 될 게 뭐냐? 영적 흑암부터 꺾어야 돼요. 그렇잖아요.
Later I realized this is the most important thing. The very first thing
눈에
we
안
must
보이는
do
겁니다.
is to break down the spiritual forces of darkness. We don't see with our eyes.
응답 못 받고 그냥 교회 다니는 사람 무슨 말인지 몰라요. 이거.
People
응답 못
who
받아요. 이
just go
모르면.
back and forth from church without receiving answers.